welcome to Pick Central. Whoa. Do I match? Yeah, kind of.
You're not really a matching guy.
No, it's
Nah,
fine.
I've never been a matching.
It's fine.
You look
You dress like Punky Brewster.
dapper today.
I feel good. The
So that's
sun's
what
out.
I was telling Rico today. It's like I seasonal depression is a thing.
Yeah, but it's the winter.
What?
Only the winter.
Yeah, that's seasonal depression, you fucking moron.
Well, some people could get seasonal depression in the summer. I don't think it's the case.
Wait, what?
But if it's seasonal, it means it's one of 4 seasons where you could be depressed. No?
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I agree.
winter.
99% winter.
Who's getting depressed in the summer?
Eskimos.
You were waiting for that, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
Polar bears.
But today I was just snapping around. I was
It's gorgeous. It's like almost 70
I was
degrees.
singing. I was
Last 2 days.
sunny.
Bro, it was hot yesterday. I went for a walk. It's hot.
See, everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
Everyone's dancing today. It's beautiful out.
Crazy.
I went 2-1. Rico went undefeated.
3-0.
Big Ev had a little tough night.
I
but
had a lot of heartbreakers, but we're back.
It's okay. We're chilling today.
I got one I think you're going to like.
And you know what today
Paydays
is?
tomorrow.
It's White Boy Summer.
Yep.
Chet Hanks. What? All right, so I want to talk about Chet Hanks real fast, and then we'll get to some sports. Because do you guys think that he knows what he's doing? Like he's calculating, or he's like, all right, I said White Boy Summer. People were tweeting about, obviously it blew up, like people are making fun of him, whatever. And then he just makes that video because he knows how much it's like people are going to like make fun of it or just like think it's funny. So do you think he knows, or you think he's just such a whack job? Big Ev, you start.
He's got to know a little.
I think Chet Hanks is a marketing genius.
Yeah?
That's where I'm at.
You know
After I saw the video last night or whatever this morning, just for him going from that video that went viral, the White Boy Summer video, the no flannel or plaid, whatever, hilarious. But just like he's a nut job. But I think he's in. After I saw the video, the music video, I think he's in on the music video. Hilarious. The most like Chet Hanks video of all time is face just bouncing off asses and fucking everything. But then at the end, he just plugs all the merch. And I'm like, this is it. I'm like, he did this whole thing. He's going to sell this merch.
Now,
He's
I didn't
marketing
know,
genius.
Where did he come? I don't follow it too closely. Where did he come from? Obviously, he's Tom Hanks' son.
Obviously,
correct?
from
He's
Tom
just
Hanks'
an
ball
act-
sack.
he's just
I
an-
get it. But I'm
He's
saying,
just an
like,
actor. He's an actor, but like he got in trouble a little bit because he did like a Jamaican voice, like kind of like making fun of
He's
it,
still,
right?
in the video, he's wandering around with the Jamaican flag
Yeah.
like he's like a fighter.
Oh, he got in trouble for it?
Yeah.
Well, just especially last summer, he was doing it. It wasn't and I'm pretty sure he had a video at some point basically saying it was okay for like certain white people to use the N-word.
yeah, he's a nut job.
He's
So I
great.
think
He's a wacko.
He's
Like
not a good guy.
Yeah,
he's a
so like,
wacko.
that's where I'm gonna go with it. It's like, yeah,
I just think it's like funny. Like he's a wild
I
card.
watched a little bit of the music video. Yeah, I mean, it was
He's
like,
just a total wild card.
it looked like Step Brothers. Like, it looked like they're on the fucking boat. Like, I'm like, is this parody? Is this real?
it's like
you
every-
can't ever.
It's like it's almost like, to me, it's a little bit of both, because it's like Marty kind of said it before, or Rudy or somebody said, like, every white guy like dreams of making a music video.
yeah.
And it, like, especially like a guy like, we all grew up in New York. Like a lot of people, like New York guys that listen to a lot of rap music. Like, we know how it
Yeah,
is.
friends that are rappers.
Yeah, like it's just, and then just Chet Hanks, like this guy is just, he's like in on it, but he's like not in on it. Like I think he like actually like likes it. Like but at the same time, I think he knows that people think it's funny too.
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever in the world is to make a music video. Like you feel cool.
Remember
doing
fucking
one.
not behind the music. What was the one where they would make the music video?
Making the video.
Making the video.
Come
That's a
on,
good name
Rico.
for the show.
Come on.
That was fucking crazy how they used to show like the stunts and like the dancers on MTV. You didn't watch that?
No,
Okay.
it's.
Did you watch that?
That might have been before my
I don't want to
time.
lie to you.
Me and Colby watched
I'm a
it.
huge MTV reality guy, like massive.
All right.
Massive. That
My
might have been a
bad.
little before me.
You watched Laguna in the Hills?
Yeah, a little bit.
Electric.
Like I'm talking even all like Next, Room Raiders, like
Well,
Real
Room
World,
Raiders was unbelievable.
like all those kind of shows. Like I was in on.
I know
all
a guy
that.
who was on one.
on Room Raiders.
Said he's like, yeah, it was an audition at the mall. I went in, and then he said he was at a bar, and they were playing it while it was on.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Or like
fucked
a
up.
parental control.
Parental control.
That was a
very
really good one. If like say you were like a dude,
Yes.
like your girlfriend's parents hated you, they like set her up with
Yeah,
like
they
3
set her up
dudes,
with somebody else.
and she could either pick him or like go back. It always was the funniest when they still would go back. The parent, like the dad, would always be so pissed off.
So I'm probably gonna date myself, but do you remember I wasn't huge on the reality shows, but do you remember coming home from school and watching Spring Break when they did that for that week? That shit was
that was my favorite to be. I remember watching Fat Joe perform.
Eminem.
Dude, it was awesome.
The
Cancun, it was MTV.
They were doing
Cancun.
also these wacky contests that would never fly now. It was like makeout contests with like bikinis. It was 100 degrees in Cancun. The shit's just melting off these girls. It was wild shit, and you never knew when it was on.
You watching like porn?
Bro,
No, I was watching this too when I was a kid.
You were like,
why are you getting mad at me? I mean, I don't know. What are you
acting
No,
talking
it
about?
literally was
Program
MTV
director.
Spring
You said-
Break,
you
so
said
it's literally
coconut
MTV
oils flying
Spring
off
Break.
these
it would
girls.
literally be like a huge like concert like on the beach in Cancun.
They
It'd
had,
be,
like, major
like the
names.
biggest acts like at that time, like early 2000s.
Heidi Klum was like walking the runway, like
It was
Bro,
crazy.
it was-
like literally, so like Eminem was like the biggest rapper at that time. They would have everybody. Like
it
50
was
Cent, everybody.
It was peak MTV. You also never, correct me if I'm wrong, you never knew when it was going to be on. There was no promo of like, oh, next until like the very end.
It would just be like some week, like the end of March.
And then at the end, it was like kind of watered down. But yeah, it was just on. You came home, and instead of TRL, you just watched
Yep.
Spring Break. And you're like, holy shit,
was
this
great.
is awesome.
That's a good question. How before like social media and shit? How did they like say shit was coming out?
commercials,
Yeah, it's kinda
billboards,
like,
billboards
oh.
and shit. I'm serious. Like I feel like that's all they
Yeah,
had.
just be like,
magazine
hey, oh,
prints,
that looks
magazines.
the
and
paper.
You gotta like remember that it's coming out.
Yeah, my grandmother used to have a TV guide. It would highlight things you flip through during the day. Yeah, it was fucking
I actually
wild times.
do.
bro.
I enjoy like when a hotel actually gives you the hotel guide on paper. You ever get
The
that?
the
channel guide?
channels,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like
Channels,
that.
yeah.
No, it should be on the back of the remote, in my opinion.
Well, it's a little small. I feel like a
Those
nice
remote's kind of big.
I think when the remote, you put like the paper under the remote when you walk in, and it tells you exactly what the channels are because it's a crapshoot.
But even more so, when you were a kid, did you know when to watch things? Like how long? I don't think I was till I was like 11 or 12.
I honestly,
like, oh,
I
this
knew-
cartoon is on a certain time.
I knew
this
when to
show's
watch Rugrats,
Saturday nights, right? Yeah, that was it.
but I couldn't read for a really long time, and I would always have to call my mom to come read because when it says like what the episode's going to be about, I was like ma, and she'd have to come down and read to me because I was a fucking illiterate. So, back to Chet Hanks real fast. I think honestly like Chet Hanks is almost like Dana. So Dana only plays the hits. He literally all he does is do beers. He says I'm back and says he's good at basketball. You don't see Dana saying anything else, right?
No,
And
he
I don't-
runs 3 plays.
because he's so
They're good plays.
But that's the thing. But it doesn't even have to be good because that's what he knows that his crowd almost like. He's not. I'm not saying Dana's smart enough to like think this on his own. I just knows that he knows that if he chugs a beer, people are gonna click the like button. Chet Hanks starts to doing white boy summer shit. People are gonna be talking about it like this. So it's almost like two idiots like that.
Yeah, but that's why I say Dana was a marketing genius.
Marketing on accident. Don't give him credit. See, I think Chet Hanks might be a marketing genius. Dana,
I'm convinced Chet Hanks is a marketing genius.
I could see
I think
that.
he knows.
I could see it.
Because I think he knows, regardless of if he takes it serious and people don't, he's like, it don't matter. A click is a click. Whether they're laughing at me, laughing with me, think my verse is hard, think it stinks, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Hate is good sometimes. Right, Rico?
Hate's real good. Hate moves the needle.
That's Chet Hanks.
So last night, I know I don't want to talk about the Yankees again for so long, but they're a home run hitting team, and they just don't hit home runs. And
Ever.
they shouldn't have won 2 nights ago. It's just like Garrett Cole and Higgy did it themselves. And like yesterday, I had to like stop watching. It was so boring because they just don't hit.
Well, I thought you would stop watching because of the broadcast. I think Kay and the radio people are even worse. I don't know how. I really do feel. You like Kay?
He's fine.
I don't like.
I'm so used to him.
Yeah.
Like I've just grown up. with him.
Yeah. All right, whatever.
I
See
don't
now
mind.
I've gone like now it's like Paul O'Neill. It's a lot of the games. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's like I wouldn't say he's like he's okay. Like Paul O'Neill's fine.
Mets are doing well.
You wouldn't know.
I know, Frank. I tried talking to him because so what KFC said. Frank, it's still early, man.
Stroman looked dirty yesterday.
Stroman looked real good. I still don't understand how he's a power pitcher. He's a little guy.
Lincecum was the same way.
HDMH.
How big was Lincecum?
Like 5'7".
Really?
He threw hard.
Strowman's
He
definitely
lost it
smaller
early,
than-
though.
He was on top. Yeah, he was like a
I think he threw his arm out early, but when he was like his prime, he was on fire.
flash in the pan. No, he's unbelievable.
Because remember,
back-to-back
he had
Cy
that.
Young?
He had that. Like he had so much torque. Like he just put his entire body into
Yeah,
every
he had
pitch.
the fucked up motion.
Every
yeah, he was
pitch, his whole
unbelievable.
body.
Tough look for us yesterday. Tough look.
What?
We were talking about like top 3 pitchers, and we mentioned Bieber. We're like, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
he's top 5, and then like yesterday, he just like pitched unbelievable.
He did. Yeah, 9 innings, no runs. Honestly, I'm telling you, we just knocked him around in the playoffs, and I kind of just like took him out of my mind. I'm
Me
like,
too. But I mean, we weren't like he's not top 10. Like we know he's top 5. We're saying it's like top 3. But I could see him being top 3.
Kind of gave the nod to Kershaw because of longevity. He also Bieber. He hasn't been around that long.
Yeah, true.
No.
Yeah. So the Yankees are brutal to watch. I feel like Shohei Ohtani hits a home run every night. Have you been seeing these highlights of him?
They're just bombs.
Dude, he's unbelievable. And I don't get, it's like one of the coolest things too. It's like the Angels. Like the Angels just hate showing off their people. It's like, bro, we have a guy who's an unbelievable pitcher and a guy who hits bombs at like 440.
It's like Little League. My brother wanted to put him in as MVP, but his odds dropped like immensely. Like something was up. I guess a lot of people got on him.
He's an early candidate.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Really early, but still, he's definitely an early candidate.
See, the problem is that they both like they're two superstars, but just they're not even like the Dodgers, they're Anaheim, and like neither of them they don't talk. Like Ohtani, I get it. Like he doesn't speak English very well. I understand, but Trout just like doesn't speak.
I wish
Like
they
Trout
were-
does. I don't think Trout really wants to be that guy.
But do you floor him for that?
No, not as a player,
Right.
but just in terms of like his superstardom. Like that's just what it is.
I kind of do.
I don't like the people who are like, hey, it's your game to save. It's like baseball's not helping themselves in any way
No,
possible.
agreed.
don't
It's
put
not.
that
It's
shit-
not his fault.
Don't put
It's
this
not
shit
his
on
fault.
me. You
I
know?
don't
Like,
fault him, but like a little personable isn't bad. Like I'm not saying he needs to be like how LeBron always doing crazy shit, and like it doesn't need to be the face of it. It's just like a little bit of personality. And I'll not like fucking Trevor Bauer. I don't need that.
Right.
I just need him to be like, even like when he tweeted something, when he tweeted about the Braves game where the Braves Phillies game where he missed home plate, like he tweeted something and it was like, whoa, Mike Trout's talking on this. That's where it's like, it was interesting to hear. You want to kind of hear from the best player, but like his perspective of things.
as long as he's
because it's
positive
cool.
with the fans.
He definitely. I mean, he
is.
definitely could have given it more of a boost. But I don't think it's like it doesn't need to be on his back just because he's the best.
Right.
all-around
That's
player.
when they started
Like they should be marketing him better. He shouldn't have to talk. Like just market him.
No, I agree. I agree to an extent of it's like he could try, but he's like, dude, he makes so much money anyway. It's like keep his everything private. Keep
Yeah, it's
everything.
just crazy
See, like
that he
with-
signed with them. You know that he never considered the East Coast because that's where he's from, right?
He's from like South Jersey.
South Jersey, right?
Because I know he's a big Eagles fan.
Yeah, but you can't possibly have a superstar just not talk to the people. Let's say
No,
he went
the-
to Philly. Philly's like a bigger market, but if he
Mhm.
went to the Yankees or the Mets, there's no
Yeah.
chance they're gonna ever not get the. It'd be like you're up there for 40 minutes, like on a day where you say nothing. I guess he just was like, you know what, I'm not fucking doing it, and I'm just gonna go out here and play
Should
baseball.
be the Anaheim Angels still.
Yeah, it's the Los Angeles Angels, Anaheim.
It's
It's
like too much.
relax, guy. You got the Dodgers. We get it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way the Dodgers don't make the World Series this year. Do you agree?
I mean,
Padres
it's so early, but see, the Padres have the pitching at least.
for Tatis.
Because I think because even so much we get so wrapped up in it, especially the Yankees, we know more than anybody. It's pitching. Once you get the playoffs, it's pitching. You can't just home run your way through the playoffs.
No.
You need 3 good pitchers, really good pitchers.
But that's the thing. So the Dodgers,
You have Darvish and Snell,
you have to.
maybe Musgrove.
I'm
Saying Padres.
He met brought up the Padres. That's why I said they might have a couple guys.
Dodgers. It's like when you have David Price going to the bullpen. That's when you know. It's
Even like Dustin May, like that dude's a stud.
Yeah, they're good.
yeah, it's
Like
just
Bueller,
not-
like they have guys, just guys for days.
Kershaw and fucking Bauer. It's like it's not even fair.
But there's a reason that they've only won one World Series. The
Last year,
the playoffs are fluky.
Well, no, it's
like Kershaw.
the
They've had
pitching gets
Kershaw
hot.
forever.
Well, yeah, because he finally pitched good in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, he's been awful in the playoffs, and I think he gets more of a bad rap than he actually is in the playoffs. I think it's just because he's so good, everyone's expecting him to be so dominant, and I think that he's been okay in the past couple of them.
Also, you like hyper, like when he gets rocked, like you remember it big time.
Oh, of course,
100%.
You just always remember.
Did you guys see Anthony Edwards talking about A-Rod?
He had no idea who A-Rod is.
But did you see the other interview that he did? He was like talking to the ladies, like, yeah, I could have been in the major leagues. Like, I played baseball.
Anthony Edwards.
Did you see anything about this?
Nope.
I don't think you actually that is not a fault to you. Don't get mad at me. I don't think that you like know anything that's going on in the news. Like we said, White Boy Summer this morning. You're like, what? Right.
Not too in tune with a lot going on right now.
No, I know you're not.
I make sure I'm watching the Mets. I get a little bit of baseball after. And then, like, late night, I'm kind of just...
No, you gamble on your games
right,
and you
I'm
watch your Mets, but you don't have no idea what's going on in the world.
No.
That's fine with me. But, yeah, Anthony Edwards, the #1 pick last year on the Timberwolves, was like...
A-Rod's buying the team.
He was asked about A-Rod.
I did see that.
He's a part of a group that's buying the Timberwolves.
I did see that.
He was asked about A-Rod, saying, like, oh, were you, like, a fan? He asked, like, were you a fan of A-Rod growing up? Stuff. He goes, A-Rod? And he was like, the guy's like Alex Rodriguez. He goes, I don't really know who that is. I don't follow baseball like that. I know he's buying the team. That's just how I know him. I mean, like, baseball fans, you don't even if you don't know baseball, you know Alex Rodriguez. Even with like J-Lo now.
Yeah, but I do credit the guy, unless he has unless it's total spin zone and he has a beef with A-Rod. What?
I think he's lying.
I don't think he's lying.
I do.
Why would he lie about that?
That's my point.
There's an interview
how could
that
you possibly say something so like it's got to be true?
He hates basketball too.
No, but hear me out.
Anthony Edwards?
Yes.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, he's just a weirdo.
But my thing is, I think like the generations like even like above us and like right now, we were so much more into like history of the game. Like it's honestly ties back in when I say like, for example, like how the kids don't care about the Knicks, whatever, like the Mystique Garden, whatever. It all comes into that, like where it's like these kids, like they don't really care what was going on 20 years ago. So like the kid's 19 years old.
I also don't think
like A-Rod. When did A-Rod retire? 4 years ago?
Can I?
Yeah,
4 or 5. Like,
am I allowed?
Like, I don't think it's crazy for him to not know because, like, I think these kids they grow up. He was playing basketball. Maybe he was playing baseball, other sports.
I don't think
they pay attention to like history. And
I'll
shit.
go
Like,
even one more. I don't think kids root for teams anymore.
They don't.
The way like the NBA, I think they just root for players.
That's a big part of it.
Way more in basketball, but baseball, I don't think they live in same thing. Like I don't think they live and die with the Mets or the Yankees.
Can I?
Unless you have a dad like really being like, no, we're watching the game. Like we hate the Reds. This is why we're a fan of this team. Whatever. Like I think for the most part, they're just kind of like tuning in, tuning out. Like, oh yeah, I like Steph a little bit. I like Kyrie. Like it's just flavor
I'm telling you, that's
like,
what it is. These kids, they don't like. They played when he stopped playing when he was like 13. He doesn't care.
I mean, the NFL is moving that way too. It's towards individual marketing too. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I like Cam Newton. I like this guy.
Even like the great postseason A-Rod had with the Yankees in 2009. Like this kid was what 8 years old.
Right.
Like he wasn't. Well, he has no idea.
No.
Like it's very. I think we forget being older and being like massive sports fans how easy it is for like a 19-year-old kid to just like not know the shit.
But I still,
especially if no one was putting it in front of him.
I'm not even just saying because of baseball. I mean, A-Rod has been just with J-Lo makes him even more of a celebrity, and like people know that shit.
But even on the internet, people live in such like different worlds. Like your experiences on the internet, who you follow is what you want it to be. Like people can just live in such different worlds. Like some shit that someone sees every day, it's put in front of them every day. Someone else might have never came across their desk.
Yeah, or they just don't care. My sister worked with a girl. I said in the rundown. She literally goes, "Oh, the world's. Oh yeah, that's still going on. Like dead serious. No concept."
That's what I'm saying. Like people live in their own worlds.
Listen, God bless those people. I envy waking up on a Sunday, going for a walk for coffee, seeing an old table that you're gonna sand, paint, and that's your Sunday. Not sweating out the fucking Giants.
I mean, but sports
sure.
that's why the only reason why I'm saying is, like I said, the J-Lo part where it's celebrities, like it's you can't even get away from that. You see it anywhere you go.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how he didn't. I do
you'll
get
see
that
J-Lo
point.
pop up. Even you walk in the fucking supermarket, they're on a magazine.
Yeah,
like,
how did he not cross paths with them at all?
Am I allowed to play this interview on here or no? Yeah. All right.
I used to play baseball when I was young. Yeah, it'd be hot.
Really? How good a baseball player were you?
I could have went to the MLB.
MLB?
Yeah.
I am not surprised.
I'm serious though.
No, I love your confidence.
I
What
played
positions
pitcher.
did you play?
I played pitcher.
He didn't play
shortstop,
baseball.
Third base and center field.
Those are the prime positions.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, you were the best player on your team.
Is that now we talking?
You could hit the ball.
But I was 4th, 5th hitter. You know what that mean?
Clean up. Yeah.
Straight cleanup on aisle 3. Come. I used to play baseball when I was young.
I'm out on this guy.
Straight cleanup on aisle 3 was an unbelievable line.
How do you know he's not a real player?
Because he plays pitcher.
I played pitcher. He wears a wristwatch and white socks too. He's out. He's out.
But kids just come up in different environments. Like
My father never would have drafted that kid. I don't care if he's the best guy out. I play pitcher, out.
Well, it's tough. What?
Well, in that interview, it was almost hard to tell if he's like sort of fucking around. Like obviously the guy's a great athlete.
First
He's
of
just
all,
going with what she says. Oh
Obviously,
yeah,
he's a
clean
great-
up.
first
Clean
of
up.
all,
Yeah,
he's like 4 or 5 hitter. You know what that means?
Yeah.
That was
And then
Clean up on aisle
tell
3
me
is-
what that means. She tells him, and then he just makes a joke off of that.
But cleaning up aisle 3 is just unbelievable.
so funny.
But even you're playing baseball, you there's no way you just play baseball and don't know anything else about the sport. I just don't believe it. But I mean, he's such a wild card because he literally said, I don't like basketball. I'm just good at it. And he's just a number 1 pick.
What's he trying to be, like Brooks Koepka?
No, I think he's because that was a big thing.
Brooks Koepka has openly said, I'd rather play another sport than golf.
No, I know.
There's a lot. Calvin Johnson he loved baseball.
No,
Yeah.
Brooks
He was better at
Koepka
football.
likes playing golf till hole 12. That's what
He's a regular guy.
Yeah, he's like.
He only gets excited for majors.
Yeah,
Right. No, he has said in the past, I'd rather I was like a football player or a baseball player.
No, I know. I'm just saying, he's just real. It's like I don't want to play. Everyone knows especially when you're drinking or anything on golf, you get to hole 11. It's like fuck, got 8 more holes.
Especially
7 more.
really what hits you is 13, 14 because you're like,
and
now you're really
exhausted.
dragging and there's still 4 or 5 left. You're
Yes, dude. But that's we interviewed Cade Cunningham this year, and he was like, yeah, I was a quarterback and played basketball, and I'm pretty sure it was Cade.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're talking about his vision or whatever, and he's like, yeah, we're like, why did you choose basketball or football? He goes, to be honest, air conditioning.
Because football sucks.
He goes, football is hot as shit.
Well, you heard
on
Anthony
the
Edwards.
track.
He was like, baseball, it'd be hot. He was like, it'd be hot. It'd be hot
It's
outside.
basketball's always inside and there's air conditioning, so yeah, I'm taking it out. I'm like, that's when you know how good of an athlete you are. But that's just a funny fucking
because even
thing.
Anthony, that comes off to me that he probably played baseball till he was maybe 5th, 6th grade. He knew, obviously, even at that time, I'm sure he was great because he was just a phenomenal athlete. He's huge. And then that's his mindset. He's like, if I just kept playing, I would have been good. And I'm sure he probably would have been.
Where can you hear that interview?
What interview?
With
Oh,
Cade Cunningham.
Barstool Bench Mob. Mikey podcast right there.
There we
Plug
go.
myself
Nice, kid.
right
There we
there.
go.
Love that. I was like, what
Nice
interview?
kid.
So I took a screenshot of this to talk about on Bench Mob, but we'll talk about it quickly here.
My dad just texted me that he's so proud of me. Played pitcher in quotes. Hates it. Love you, Dad. Thanks for teaching us.
Played
But
pitcher.
real
Thanks for
quick,
playing catch all those years,
I agree,
Dad.
and I agree with Mr. Bosco. I actually do. Because
No,
when you say I
yeah.
play pitcher, it's just you don't. You
Well,
have
that's
to
what I
say,
said.
pitched.
He probably stopped when he was 10, 11 years old.
So Jeff Goodman tweeted, been told the NCAA is going to track IP addresses for those in
tweeted
the
that.
transfer portal and come down hard on the coaches who have given their passwords to non-coaches. What is going on?
But what do you mean? What passwords? What do you mean passwords?
How they can see who's in the transfer portal is how I get it.
So
now,
if
Mark,
you're a
okay,
non-coach,
okay.
they're saying that non-coaches are getting the access to the transfer portal, which I don't really what
you're
can't just be like, hey-
communicating with your people. You're
yeah, if
communicating with your
Musselman
assistant
goes
coaches.
all right, hey guys, to Rudy, he's like, oh, fucking Mac McClung's in the transport.
Right, this
that's
guy's
just
in the
telling
transfer,
him. What's the difference?
it's
I
direct
guess
communication.
they just don't want so many people to have the password. I
Well,
guess.
now I'm gonna go over the top. We need a password.
For sure.
Bench Mob needs to be in there looking at things, make our own ranking spreadsheet.
But I mean,
need to be in that transfer portal. If it's an exclusive club, think about it. If it's an exclusive club, you got to be in. Why do you think I would try to get into the Delta Sky Mile so bad that day? Exclusive club. I need to be in. I want to be in the transfer portal.
The Delta Sky, it's not an exclusive club.
was for me. They turned me and Glennie away.
I still can't believe that you tried to grease the guy for the Delta Sky Club when it's only $25 or $50 for the day.
Yeah, but you have to fill a lot of things out. It's not worth my time. I wanted to grease it and go in.
Just give me a wristband.
Glennie goes, "What are you doing?" And I went
Glennie's
right to the guy. I said,
guy-
"Hey, I found this on the escalator." Or at first I'm like, "Hey, we don't have a membership. I left it at home, but I found this on the escalator. I don't know if that helps the case." And we're like this, under like a piece of like white paper. And the guy was like, "Nah, you need the log. Do you have your login? Like, did you leave it home?" I'm like, No. I was hoping that maybe this could help it out. And like further, like nothing. Glennie's mind just like, bro, what is going on right now?
Bro, you're the worst greaser in the world.
Absolutely not.
Yes, you are. So I listened to you on the phone before you dropped Dave's name, but it was you're talking to him and you're like, "Hey, is there any way I found this?"
No,
like,
I said, "Can we get in?" Then they said, "Oh, it's a little tight."
It's
Then I went to
tight.
the
Yeah.
movies.
And then when you were talking about greasing, you're like, "Yeah, I found this like $20 bill. I was trying to find it so its rightful owner." It's like, just tell him.
I think you got to tighten that. I think you got to tighten that up a little bit.
It's like
He's leaving out the punchline. After that, I said, maybe if I bring it there and then have dinner, you could get it to the rightful owner. That's what I said.
It's a
It went right
hostess.
over the girl's
But
head.
I think
It's a
you got to
hostess.
think hostess. She's busy restaurant. She's got a million things going on.
She's like, "Wait, why?"
You got to be like, "Yo, I'll give you $100 to give me a table." How's that sound?
Fine, fair enough.
That's just how you.
I don't like to. I always
how
think
you grease,
they're tapping my wire. It's
It's not illegal.
What do you mean?
I don't like.
That's how you.
I
grease.
like to be.
When
cold.
you
I also
said-
don't want her to get in trouble if they're tapping the wire and she's taking tips for the table.
No matter what, if they're on the phone listening and tapping the wire, like, this guy's a fucking idiot. This guy's telling them, "Hey, I got $100 and I just want to find the rightful owner. Can I come in and get a table?" Like, what do you mean they're tapping the wires? You make it exhausting.
I don't want her to get.
And I remember exactly. I was sitting there and you're just like, "Hey, does it matter that Dave Portnoy's with me?"
He just said, "Help." He said, "Does it help?
Does
would
it help?
Would it help?"
Yeah.
What else is Dave Portnoy? He goes, "Yep."
Eddie gets a kick out of the greasing. Eddie gets a real kick out of it.
Oh, Eddie. I'm pissed at Eddie. Eddie's a dick.
Bacon, egg, and cheese is on fire.
No, it's not. It lost in the first game yesterday.
Oh, did it? Still up when you count the 6 and 6.
Oh, I mean, they could miss for like 2 weeks in a row.
Right,
and
yeah.
still be
That's
up.
like Dan's can't lose parlay. It just keeps rolling and rolling.
All right, so it's Wednesday. Fight Saturday. Jake Paul, Ben
Fight
Askren.
Saturday?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't care what anyone says. You have at least this much that this fight piques your interest.
Has to.
A little bit.
If you're a sports fan, I understand if you don't even know what's going on. Yeah, sure. But,
What's it airing? Pay-per-view?
I'm not even like a it's
Rogan,
like
the whole deal?
No, not
no,
Rogan.
it's Triller.
It is nothing. It's separate. It's not UFC. It's just it's its own thing. Yeah, Triller sponsors it. It's basically a main card, like just one main card, like maybe like 6 fights, like Frank Mir fighting a former like UFC heavyweight champ, like boxing though.
Pay-per-view?
Yeah.
UFC style? Or is
No,
it
it's
boxing?
It's boxing. It's boxing.
I
It's all
apologize.
boxing.
Got
He's just the one guy, like the other guy. He was a former. He's got like the undercard, but
Got it. Every fight,
be
that's
honest.
how outdated boxing is, that you say this guy's fighting this guy, I immediately think UFC.
One
so
sec.
credit to UFC.
I do want to get to that what you just said.
Boxing's dead.
That I want to talk about that in a second. But one, did you be honest? Did you know Jake Paul and Ben Askren were fighting?
I didn't know the other guy. I did know Jake Paul from being here. You run down, casual.
All right, I just wanted to
Heard
ask.
he's legit, and then I forgot he was boxing.
So-
but they did say like he took lessons, like he's supposed to be legit.
he's been doing it
right?
for years.
This is
for
a-
like
this
3 or 4
is-
years now.
This is a take where I know nothing about the history of boxing. Really, I was never really a boxing fan. Like I watched the big fights. I always watched. Like I actually love UFC, but boxing, you cannot tell me that it's alive in any way when you have Bryce Hall, a TikToker, against a YouTuber getting paid $5 million to fight, and that's what people are going to be watching instead of like only boxers that people know is like what Triple G
Canelo,
and Canelo. Like
It's not
like Fury, Wilder, Joshua. That's pretty much
they
it.
made a
That's
really
five
couple
people.
heavyweights. Yeah.
And
they
it's
made
like,
a really bad decision of making their content not accessible. So like baseball, how does anyone watch baseball? It's on regular TV a lot. Basketball, like boxing, you got to go pay to watch it.
Well,
now,
but
yes, I
they-
know
they
they,
don't-
do
they have-
now.
ESPN fight nights and shit like that, but everything is a pay-for-pay model. I don't understand how people could just get into it. Like, how are you supposed to get into it?
Well,
It's
that's
not-
why
it's not on.
that's why I think UFC's done a great job of doing both. Like the
Yes.
big ones are pay-per-view, but
Oh, absolutely.
But now it's just like ESPN Plus, so it's literally $5 a month for a subscription.
Or-
you get a ton of other
But
stuff
even
too.
the
Well, when
undercard,
UFC
and,
first
and now a lot of it's even like they have ones just this Saturday. I have on ABC.
When
They're
UFC
mixing
first
that
started,
in.
there were regular fights on, right?
that was funny. They struggled because they were cursing all the time, and they're like saying "Sorry, ABC."
Yeah.
oh yeah.
yeah, but like that's
Boxing's never on. Like, when have you ever been
Only
like, I'll check
they have
out.
Top Rank on ESPN sometimes randomly, but like
Yeah,
it's
randomly,
but it's
right?
names you don't care about. Like,
Exactly.
because the problem with boxing is they actually had like when you had like Tyson and these guys, you could really sell fights. That's why he was making $50 million, $30 million a fight. They don't have guys like that anymore.
but
Like
that's,
literally Fury, Wilder, are like the only guys. Like because I think the heavyweights were bad for so long. Now they have like a few good heavyweights. Like Fury, Wilder are 2 great fights. They're gonna do a trilogy. I think Joshua and Fury's fighting. I think Joshua's gonna get smoked. Fury's a monster, but it just doesn't have that
But
spark
that's the thing.
anymore.
Like I honestly don't care.
No, I'm literally more. No, I agree. Even as like a fan of the sport, I'm more intrigued to watch Jake Paul, Ben Askren than Fury.
That's the
Fury,
future of the
Joshua,
sport.
probably.
Rough and rowdy, and like this stuff is way more interesting. Like
Oh, yeah, I
we're
didn't even
making
think of
more
that.
names.
Yeah, you're right. We're dominating boxing more.
Rough and rowdy. We're making more names than like fucking Shizat the Rizat than like.
Lights out
fucking
Bobby Lang.
Josh,
Yeah.
like that. Those are characters where people are like, "Oh, I'm kind of interested to see him play, do something." And now these other like these YouTubers and these TikTokers are like, he's getting paid $5 million. This guy Bryce Hall has not fought once in his life. $5 million and $1 million bonus if he knocks him out just to fight. That's how that's what these boxing. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna watch it.
No, because boxing it's star driven. So you throw like stars in the ring. We're curious to see like guy thinks he's like a tough guy in Malibu. Let's see if he throws the gloves on. Let's see what he's got. And
Right.
Jake
And
Paul,
that's why.
and Jake Paul really sparked it because everyone was saying he was going to get beat. And not only does he win, he like knocks the guy unconscious, knocks him down 3 times, like just completely outclasses him on every level. And now because to me, he did to a bad boxer what like a good boxer should do.
Yeah.
Like he just floored him. Like anytime he landed a clean shot, out, floored him. Like I think that like him being that dominant, like that sparks interest. Now he's fighting a real fighter who doesn't have hands, but he knows how to get punched in the face. Like he's got a chin. So now it at least it's a little more interesting where he matches up size wise better. It's interesting.
And he's already
He's a real
entertaining.
fighter.
He's already entertaining. Like we know he's a crazy. He's only 23 years old.
Logan Paul,
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
He's like 23, 24,
I mixed
something like
the two.
that.
They look identical, right?
That's
Yeah,
you
the other
know
one's
what?
older.
That's brothers. You know, it's usually when
Mix 'em
brothers, you know,
I know. I mix them
usually,
up.
Same
usually
genes.
it happens. You know,
Mix them up. So who? Well, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but Jake Paul's expected to win. Let's just say.
He's a minus 250 favorite.
Yeah.
odds.
See,
he's
I
expected
just
to win.
said. I don't know where it's. Is it on ours?
I think it's a real. It's a professional boxing.
All right.
Like it's
Yeah.
a
Unless it's with us. That's
it's-
why I just wanted to say.
it's
it.
all I know. It's
expected
a
to
pro. It's a pro fight.
Okay.
yeah, it's a pro fight, and you know what? Like that's why also Rough and Rowdy always work for us too. Like we have like one of the most famous WWE. I don't know what the. I'm gonna go with Za.
It's like Dylan Postel or something.
He's one of the like the big like best like he has like 600,000 followers. He's huge, and then like people are gonna want to watch that. It's just different. And even like when we fight, like when I fought, I think I worked here for 5 months, and people barely knew me, but they want to watch someone that they somewhat know and either get knocked out or not. So
Because fighting is an interesting game. Like you just never know how someone's gonna react. Like once you throw them in the ring.
and let me tell you, and being big has nothing to do with it.
I mean,
No.
I think you were a dog.
Yeah, I was definitely a
No,
dog.
well, I remember. Yeah, I remember there was some. There might have been some illegal lines or something that were out there
For mine?
when it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was.
I'm just saying a dog. Like even I didn't. We hadn't done a ton of content together. But like you see Matt Brown, and they say, "Oh, he's in a boxing club. He does this and he does that." It's like, all right,
Oh, he was
you're like a lanky guy. You don't think a lanky guy can hold into a
Well,
fight?
you kept
It's
saying
a
how
big
you'd
bullet.
never been in a fight,
Right.
which that scared me because I was like, I don't know.
Scared you.
But
Scared me.
size wise, but I remember I was one of the people who said that I was like everyone's walking around here like he's just gonna run through him like he's a piece of paper. I was like he's a human being standing there.
Yeah.
Like I was
Well,
like he's
that's
not-
the thing.
Like people were acting like he was just gonna walk up and just punch you in the face. You're gonna lay down. I was like
Right.
that's not the way a fight works.
Yeah, and it's just like being athletic is a huge part to it. Where it's like these big guys get tired, and don't have and moving too. They don't move, and that's where. Do you know who Taylor Holder is?
Yeah.
The TikTok kid. That kid is gonna fuck somebody up.
He's a big. He looks like a big athletic kid. He's tall. He's long.
He's in that fight too, and that's why I'm gonna watch that too. It's just boxing is just completely dead in my mind.
I want to like boxing. There's just not I don't know.
That's why this is always gonna take over.
And then even the fight of the century, Mayweather Pacquiao, right? We get it 4 years too late. Like, what are you doing to fucking help yourself?
Well, that's the difference with UFC. Like, you get that fight immediately.
Immediately.
Like Dana White, he basically just makes you fight.
And I'm not even a UFC guy, but credit to them. The model is working. I give them a lot of credit. They're appealing to fans. The fights.
They give the fans the fights they want. Like they make good fights.
Boxing is a bunch of old, outdated guys, and UFC's young bucks.
Also, what they've done with UFC, the rankings have been huge for them, because once you get in that top 15, you're not taking fights. Like if you're taking a fight outside the top 15, it's for a guy like a Sean O'Malley. It's a huge name where it's it's worth it, because in their mindset it's if someone's got crazy hype and you beat them, you just took their hype.
Yeah.
So that's the appeal. So I think they've made a great model with that, where the top guys are only going to fight the top guys. So you make the fights that people want.
But this is why also. So Ben Askren obviously was a UFC guy, and he just took this fight because he's gonna get paid a shit ton, and you don't get those smaller guys in UFC. He wasn't small by any means, but he is gonna get paid so much more in his boxing. Why not do it? And all these other that's where UFC isn't well, who is it? Poirier is fighting. Who's fighting fucking McGregor?
Poirier, yeah.
Poirier.
The trilogy
and
in July.
But Big Ed was saying yesterday he turned down the.
What is that series? 1-1.
Yeah.
He turned down the.
McGregor's washed, right? I thought he was done.
He kind of.
This is the one we'll find out. I think this is the true. We'll find out.
But he was. But
Poirier's a great fighter.
Poirier's turned down obviously the belt fight because there's always going to be hype
More
around
money on
McGregor, and he's going to get more money.
Because Khabib officially is out. They offered
officially?
him. Yeah, so they're having a vacant. It's Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira.
Okay.
And they offered Dustin is clearly number one in line to serve. They offered him at first. He said no. Give me the trilogy fight McGregor, more money.
Beat McGregor and then
because in his contract too, when he signed for the second fight with him, that if he beat McGregor, that next fight he gets even more money. So this is going to be a huge.
So these two guys now, you said Charles
Oliveira and Michael Chandler.
Okay, winner of that is probably going to fight.
The winner of that's getting, because the winner of that will have the belt, and the winner of Poirier and McGregor is going to fight for that belt after. So that's why Poirier, it's I'm going to get the big payday, and if I win anybody, I'll be fighting for the belt next fight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that's why boxing's dead. That's all I gotta say.
100% dead. Well, although, and it's a shame because Teddy Atlas is one of the most electric fucking people on the planet. Still see him at the deli once every couple of months. Staten Island guy. Every couple of months, 1,000%.
You actually see him?
Actually see him. Wears huge. Always wears the Raiders jacket or something like HBO free merch, the ESPN stuff.
You
nice
definitely
guy.
Say something
Every time.
Yeah, there's no way.
Styles, how you doing? Yeah. Every time. Every time.
He showed me something in the parking lot.
I still say it. His book is one of the best books I've ever read. His autobiography. Unbelievable.
What's your favorite book?
Full River Dreams, Chris Herron's autobiography. I'm big. I only really kind of read nonfiction.
Great 30 for 30.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Bone chilling.
Mike Bray's book I just read was pretty good. Trying to think.
Why do you love Mike Bray so much?
I just think he's a personable guy, and I think he's in a very tough job, and he had a lot of success. They're getting no breaks academically. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very tough job. He deserves to go to a final. He should have beat Kentucky that one time. That would have been the icing on the cake. Get the guy to a Final Four. You talk about is it a success if you get to a Final Four? Mike Bray gets to a Final Four. That's a success. All time. Guy said he wants to retire there. He's passed on other jobs. It's a cool. I like the guy a lot.
All right.
Chris Herron, great. In that documentary, when he talks about waiting outside in the fucking in his Celtics warm up for pills, I was like, this is nuts. Nuts.
As you see right in front of me, Body Armor Edge. Unbelievable. I use it. I actually drink it every morning. I put it right on my, what do you call it, nightstand next to you?
Nightstand.
Night table.
I have
bedside table, maybe.
Water bottle collection.
That's where you have it's my Body Armor Edge. collection.
They
because
make
I
water
have
bottles.
it. Yeah, I
Until
know,
now, it's a
but
new product.
It's a new product.
I
That's what I'm
only have
showing you.
body armor.
Yeah, it's there's Tropical Chaos, Berry Blitz, Orange Frenzy, Power Punch. You get it at 7-Eleven. You get it on Amazon. You get it anywhere you want. Just drink that. Don't stain your teeth. You see my teeth? You see those suckers? Those dentures? I'm not staining them with coffee. I'm just going to have some Body Armor Edge, and I'm going to keep going with it. It's got 100 milligrams of caffeine, same as a cup of coffee, 1,000 milligrams of electrolyte, no artificial sweetness. That's good. It's no bullshit in there.
No bullshit.
You don't want artificial sweetness. It tastes fantastic. Berry Blitz is my favorite mixed berry flavor. Go get it now. It's the best sponsor for this show, and shout out to them. All right, let's go through a little bit of our picks today. I want to talk about some picks.
You see there's some breaking news.
What's that?
What?
Clowney signed to the Browns.
Okay, so
You're going all in.
The
I have
defense is
something-
going to be nasty.
I have something to say.
Nasty.
So Clowney's been a little bit of the Texans.
He's
you
had some injuries.
The Texans, you thought him and J.J. Watt were going to be like, holy shit, and it was kind of a letdown. Am I wrong?
No, he's had injuries. Injuries have been the issue.
And then what was he in the Seahawks?
Yep.
And it was like he's good. Like obviously he's good. I'm always a sucker. Like if the Giants get anyone with a name that was good at one point, I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Like Clowney, #1 pick. He still got
That hit in the
He's-
Outback Bowl.
Yeah,
You
he
think
still
Clowney? You
has
think
that.
that hit in the Outback Bowl?
It's going to live forever.
He still has that
him
in
just
him.
grabbing
like
the
a claw,
football.
snatching the ball while laying on top of a dead body. Like, thank you.
He still has that in. Oh, Jared. Tough.
He's a I'm not I like Jared, but he's like a artificial aura guy. He tries to have an aura around him. See the suitcase and stuff?
He doesn't live here.
I know. You know what? The fucking red shoes, the hair's always done. I'm just saying he's trying to build an aura. It helps you.
No,
Makes you
please,
think you're
I want you to explain.
fuck off.
Can I ask him?
No. You gonna sandbag me, you fuckhead? The second time this week?
I just don't get what the aura you think that he has.
He's trying to. I see what he's like trying to say. That he's. I mean, no, Jared. He's got the whole thing. He wears the black wedding band. He's married to the game.
Oh.
Like just the whole kind of like
the rocket.
Yeah, like the whole shtick.
It's like an aura to that guy. Like a guy walks in, you're like, oh, there's people take notice. You just fucking double taked, so you prove my point.
Why? It's because I feel bad for him. He's going through a little. The Erica clip came out. That wasn't nice. This is not the show for this. That's listen to Kirk Minahane's show on the.
He's doing token right now.
Oh God. Oh wow. I would love to watch that.
We're gonna have a big lunch, me and Kirk.
Those are two people that really don't need to meet. I
Dave
enjoy
thinks it's
Kirk.
gonna end in gunshots.
I enjoy Kirk lately. I don't. I listen to his podcast now. It's nice. The case. It's like very very interesting.
I'm on episode 2. I listened to 1. Great cliffhanger. I got to get to 2. Yeah, Kirk's my guy. I've
been crazy impressed with him on the dozen. He's sharp, dude.
He's a real sharp.
But you can tell he just has that brain. Like he just remembers.
All right,
everything.
let's stop. Let's stop sucking his dick.
No, I want to
I
have
had
a
to take
lunch.
my turn. You
The
suck,
riders
you
and the
suck, I had to give him a-
minifans. The
I had to give him a
riders and the
fellatio.
minifans. It's gonna be a hell of a
those are
lunch.
Two people that don't need to get together. But
No,
I
yeah,
would
we
enjoy
do.
seeing.
Yeah,
I would enjoy seeing.
yeah, we do.
What
I
were we
heard he
talking
does
about?
contract negotiations too for Jared.
Yeah, it didn't work out well for Jared. That's why Jared's doing the Token CEO show. Did you see what happened?
Still negotiations.
Yeah, he said he
Wasn't nice.
he hasn't been here and this and that.
All right.
Everybody gets dragged on the DP show. I got my PR director always
It
screening
wasn't
that
even
show.
on DP show.
Thought he brought him up a little bit on the DP
He
show.
like complimented him on DP show.
Oh, okay.
So back to what we were saying, like the big names, like even I know like Golden Tate wasn't a big name, but like he was around, like you knew he was good in the line. So like, maybe he's still got a little.
I've seen him make plays. Like with my own eyes, I've watched him make plays.
Yeah, and it's like, and
He didn't make shit on the Giants, but many times before I watched him make
trying
plays.
to think like who else right now is like he's a big name, but he probably won't do anything.
I don't want to say it because he's a friend of the program, but BG.
Blake Griffin.
Like
Oh
that
no,
was like,
that's no, that's kind of a good.
it's a good one.
I think he still does have something. I'm so out of tune.
It's
with
I mean
him
it's just
right now.
not this like he's not giving you 24 and 12 anymore.
No, but again,
I think
People
come
were
playoff
already
time,
hanging the banner the minute he came in. I get. Is that what you're saying? Like late additions?
I'm just saying anyone
Yeah,
like
Clowney's
everyone,
like that. Clowney probably still has a lot in the tank, but no matter
with
in
Blake,
3 years, somebody's going to
I
sign
think
Clowney. And,
Blake in his career gave you a lot more than Clowney did.
Yeah, I don't think
Blake
Clowney
had some really good years.
has Clowney done much.
He's had a couple good years.
but he just
But, like,
proved
good
our point.
years.
Clowney is a move the needle guy. Like
Oh yeah, that's kind of what
yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
though. I'm like, I'm just kind of saying like, if you give me that guy, I'm in. I don't care how he's gonna be. I'll probably get pissed at him in like the third game, but like I kind of just want him on the team because he was the number one pick. Like Anthony Bennett, he was probably throwing around a little bit too. He's like, he's got to have something, no?
Like, he was first overall pick. That's like a Nerlens Noel a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to the extent, but honestly, that was what the Giants did good last year. They signed guys that weren't names, but just good, productive players, and it turned out great.
Yeah,
Like Bradbury was half the money Byron Jones. He was twice as good.
100%.
Blake Martinez, like great middle linebacker. We hadn't had a good middle linebacker since Antonio Pierce.
Like
John Beeson for half a season was good. Dead serious.
if the Giants right now, or 2 years ago,
it's like the Bible. Before Lawrence Taylor, after Lawrence Taylor. It's 3 periods in Giants
Literally,
history.
because me and my dad always bitch on the phone. We're like, we're having a good fucking middle backer since Antonio Pierce.
we really
Super
haven't.
Bowls.
Not even close. Like
Finally,
right
we
now,
have Blake Martinez is good. Finally,
2 years ago, if I was like, Clay Matthews is on the Giants,
that's a good example.
I'm in.
Like you're excited, yeah.
Like I know
They
he's
signed him.
not
They
that
signed him
good.
to the Rams. He did nothing.
Nothing. I didn't even know he was on there. But no matter what, I'm like, you know what? He's got long hair, and he made some good
You know,
plays.
so he looks sweet coming off the edge.
He's a good. on
Blonde
those,
hair's flowing, hitting the quarterback from the
He's
backside.
great on those commercials. I'm in. You're right over there.
Yeah. Got a lot of things going on.
You always do. It's nice out today.
Tracking the transfer portal. I'm trying to get in. I'm asking some questions.
Who you texting? Arkansas, or Alabama?
I never would
Yes, you
infringe
would.
my relation. To get into the transfer portal, I'm joking.
Did you ever hear what he did to Bryant?
I might have. It's ringing a bell, but I can't recall.
So Bryant was first of all,
was they got knocked out in the conference tournament, right? They
the
lost.
day before their conference championship.
Booked him?
He was like, "Hey man, once you good win, after the game, if you want to come on, let us know." They
Said,
lost.
would love to have you on down the road or something like that. I didn't say when you win. I didn't, and he would have jumped on that too.
Did you?
I just was keeping him in the loop. I text him after the quarters too. Hey, good win. Text him after the
Did you
semis, say,
want
"Good
him on
win."
after the loss?
No, I didn't.
That's
Obviously,
wrong.
I think he knew that. Like, hey, keep us in the loop. I know you're gonna have a lot going on. Keep us in the loop if things break your way.
I just think that you ruined those seniors' season. Those seniors should
I
have
think
to.
the fucking asshole took his jersey off and got teched. Probably ruined their season more
No,
than me.
I think you should have to call the seniors. And be like, I'm so sorry for ruining
right.
Bryant's season.
Maybe I'll go up there and apologize. Trade it out for a sweater vest or something, you know.
All right, Rico, you won 3-0 yesterday. Let's go through the records here. I'm gonna go look at it real fast. Pick Central. I think the records aren't that bad.
All right, what do we got here? All right, Ev, I think you.
1 second.
No, Jesus.
Schmuck. All right, standing update. Minty is +2. I'm gonna tell you something about gambling. Minty's record's 47-39. He's +2.8 units. That's just not right.
It's a dirty game.
It's 47-39. I would do anything to be 47.
But see, it's baseball that gets you. When you lose these minus 140s,
140, brutal.
they hit you. They hit you hard.
So Mincy's 47-39 +2.8 units. Martin Johnson, Archibald Mush is 19-18-1. I'm the most below average gambler in the world. I stay right around 500, or it's -50. Brandon 6-10, -4.7 units. Big Ev 23-26, -4.9 units, and Rico Bosco 12-20, -8.38 units.
Been hitting some dogs.
I don't think you have.
I did last night.
Yeah, you went 3-0 and you're still 12-20.
Ev, I'm gonna start out with this one because this is the one I really like. I think you're gonna be on it. Who just threw a no-hitter?
Padres.
Pirates +180.
So I think I'm in.
I thought about it. Against Musgrove.
I gotta
You
be
know what,
on that.
Rico? I'm gonna steal it.
All right. Okay. Fine.
Not for the show. I'm not gonna. I won't give it out on
We
the
all
show.
I'll throw a unit on the
All
Pirates.
right.
What do we got?
I've been pretty good with baseball.
They won yesterday too. They smoked
Yeah,
them.
I've been pretty good with baseball. I'm on the Royals money line, and I like the Cardinals. Is Cardinals playing Washington?
Yeah, Nationals.
Okay, that's a blind bet against Washington. They've just been a mess right now. They got to figure it out. So I'll take the Cardinals.
You done?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Where's my picks? Fuck. Oh shit, there it is. Yankees money line. Nationals. I'm getting back into the thing where I take the Yankees all the time, and it's not good.
I just take them every day.
Because I'm watching it, so why the fuck wouldn't I? Nationals money line plus 110. Mariners. My guy is pitching against the Orioles. Justin Dunn. So I'm taking them. And the Phillies money line minus 118. The Mets just can't. They can't do it. They can't sweep them.
Wheelers look good this year too.
And
I
it's just,
wanted to take the Mets. I thought about that. That was my rationale. I crossed them out for the sweep.
The sweep.
I also wanted to take the Mariners again. And
Justin Dunn. It's my guy. But
Yeah.
The reason why I took the Phillies is because I just envisioned Frank the Tank freaking out about Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
And just talking about like, oh, we had this guy and he sucked. And he just breaks another one of his
The
fucking...
Mets, there's no franchise that loves more to talk about guys that left and did good than the Mets.
Oh, for sure.
Mets fans love to see guys leave. There's like even what Jed Lowry yesterday.
Yeah.
Guy's a stud now that everyone's talking about. They're like,
Bro,
oh, fucking
I will
Jed
give it-
Lowry.
I will
a federal
give it, though.
investigation to Jed Lowry.
I agree. I'll give the Mets one thing, though.
Brody was his agent.
A lot of...
It's fair.
They
a
were
lot of...
just paying him. There should be my brother wants a federal investigation. Jed Lowry. He was a dead body for 3 years, and we just kept paying him.
Between your
All of a sudden,
brother
he's
and
just
your
guys
dad
the
and
cover off
you
the
must
ball.
be some
We
dinner
talk,
table.
we talk. What
Must
do you want
be
me to do?
Some dinner table.
Frank hates Jed Lowry, too.
I mean, you should, but I will give it, like, the Mets, a lot of people that leave the Mets become unbelievable. And when they get them, they kind of suck. It happens a lot.
That's Mets baseball.
All right, Big Ev, give it to
Mets,
us.
baby.
All right, I'm on the Yankees. 1 o'clock special. I got the Reds.
I
They're
didn't want to take that from you.
they fucked me yesterday. They're up 4-0 in the first inning. They immediately just give up 4 in the back half of the first. Lose 7-6. I'm on them again. I'm on the Phillies money line. Literally, I swear to God, because I saw Zach Wheeler was pitching, how good he's been this year, and how much he'd love to stuff it up the Mets fans' ass. So Phillies money line, and I'm on the Cardinals Nationals over 8.5.
You a little scared about that?
The over?
Yeah, because wasn't last night like 14-2?
Nah, but also they fucked me like I think it was the first game of the series. It was 8.5, and they had 7 in like 4 innings, and they didn't get over. And they left bases loaded like 3 times.
You know how good my bet was? Yes, I take pride when my bet hits like this because Hendricks took 20 minutes before the game. They took Hendricks out because he wasn't feeling well. Cubs still win. That should be a double
the fucking
win.
Brewers. That was brutal.
Brutal.
They're up
loss.
2-1 the whole game. They hit a 2-run homer in like the 8th or the 9th.
You should win if you like take the Cubs and your pitcher comes out. They should give you the option of.
I think they do.
No,
I thought we have something starting
No.
pitcher insurance.
I'm saying.
I think you can choose, and then it's like if they do it, like voids it though.
Yeah, it could
So
void
you're basically opting. So even if they had won, but you
Right.
wouldn't have won, like it would have just been a scratch.
Well, yeah, but you could still rebet it. So
Well,
like
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
of
that
course, of
notification.
course.
It's like
so though
course.
that our book does that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's good, but what we need also is like you want to stick with your bet and ride it. You get like a plus, like you get a little
should
more
get
of a
more
plus.
money?
Like you should get like
okay, I like that.
like hit more like a 2x if you stick with your original line, original number with the new pitcher coming in out of nowhere.
I like it.
That's
I love
nice,
it.
right?
Love it.
Yeah. That's a good break.
Maybe just add like a plus 20, even just like a plus 20 to it, whatever it
You
was.
could add plus.
Say it goes from minus
anything.
120 to just even, whatever it is.
You can add plus anything I'm in. Just think that I have an edge. Because I still think I always have an edge, and I just don't.
gotta drink body armor.
Gotta drink body
That's how you
armor.
get an edge.
Boom.
Minty will be back tomorrow.
You will.
Minty just gives us updates of everything he's doing. I love it. And if I ever need to know what Minty is, I'll tell you. And I love when he he'll tweet out like he's going to like when he went to like North Carolina. He's like, I'm gonna have a barbecue, go to the beach. He tells you his entire plan of every week. It's the best. Meanwhile, I'm you know what, Mincy, good for him. That guy, and he's covering college baseball. I'm
He
happy
is.
for that. I am happy for him for that. And Brandon, he might just never come back.
What a shame. How will we survive? I
You
like
know?
Brandon. Yeah, I like Brandon. He just, I know he's sitting there right now stewing, probably fucking. He
like
probably paid $9.99. Read the comments. He probably is on $9.99 in there, just fucking.
It's like the
hammering
fucking
away.
like the teachers out and fucking the substitutes, Marty Mush.
Yeah. And he's probably so
We got
mad.
the boys in the back see Marty Mush walking. We're licking our chops. We're like, let's go.
We're watching a movie
not doing
today.
shit
We're
today.
not doing nothing. There was nothing better than that when you like knew the sub or
Yeah,
like
Bro, how
It's
about
great.
this? In my high school, they if you transferred a class, if you changed classes, you were never on the printout because they didn't change it from the beginning of the year. So long story short, let's say I changed classes in October. The printout is still from September. One time, that happened to me one time in my 4 years. I transferred the class and I was on there. You get a sub, you can just leave.
Yeah.
Like you see
Yeah.
it, you leave because you're not on there. I fucking forgot that the sub, or it was too late. Like the guy's reading it out, he never calls me, and I'm like, fuck. He's like, wait, anyone I didn't call? I'm like, me. I'm like, wait, fuck. I should have just asked to go to the bathroom and then peace, you're gone. You know?
finessing shit in high school.
The best.
One of the funnest things to do. Like, I remember where I was not a good student. I was bad.
No.
I mean, when I got caught cheating the SAT, that was bad. Caught cheating the Regents, that was bad. I pulled my pants down because if you sat, I was making. There's also shows you I was a senior in high school making gingerbread houses. That's what classes I was in.
Trying to get those cooking credits.
It was
culinary
Big F.
101.
It wasn't culinary. It was Spanish class. It was a low level
been there.
Spanish class.
We used to leave out of high school to go get food, and we called it we were in the fine dining club. They'd be like, wait, what? We'd get in the car, go to like Lenny and John's, go here, go there, and we're like, oh, we're with a fine dining club. They'd be like, who's the moderator? We're like, it's like
You must have been in
we're
the cool
out.
crowd.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You're making gingerbread houses.
Were you cool? Actually, that's a good question. Were you in the cool crowd?
Mixed around with whatever. Everybody. It was an old boys' school, so nobody really ever like fucking mixed in.
Oh, okay.
That's tough. No co-ed.
Yeah, what'd you...
It was like a fraternity. The shit we got away with was I would trade it at 2:30. You could go talk to whoever you want to talk to.
So did you guys
In the
like...
school, think about it. You
have,
come in the
like-
morning, shirts untucked. You got nobody breaking your chops. You're in a hallway, a locker. You're like
You're
changing.
talking to two public school kids.
You know what I'm saying?
where,
I
like,
never tucked my shirt
wore,
in once.
I wore this
All right.
to school.
This was me dressing up.
It was a Catholic
Yeah, no,
school.
I'd be in flip flops.
It was
every day.
loose. It was, it was like a
actually-
fraternity. It was a lot of fun.
My brother went to Catholic school. I went to like, my mom like wanted me to go take the test. You know, you take the test
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
in. You know you can't fail it?
Yeah.
I tried failing it.
No,
I
it's
didn't know.
about just no. They just put you in.
percentiles.
I literally tried
you can't
failing
fail
it.
the SAT. You're just an illiterate.
I
I'm pretty
would've
sure in
gotten-
Catholic school they
you
literally
can fail
group
it.
you just around how smart everyone is.
Right.
So it's almost you're like in tiers of like smart.
You're in the same classes. Freshman year, you were
I
in
would
the
have,
same classes.
dude. My brother's he got detention for having a messy locker. I used to sell snacks out of my locker. How like that's why I would have failed so miserably.
I got a lot of shit so I can't even talk about.
All right.
That'd be a bad idea.
And that is the show. That's Pick Central.
Pirates let down for the Padres.
I'm in on the Pirates too. I love that. Pick Central. Brett, they'll be back. Peace, man.